Bonjour à tous. Hello everyone. In today's lesson, we'll be learning some important vocabulary of the classroom. We say classroom in French simply as la salle de classe. La salle de classe means classroom. We say room in French as la salle, so in English, it is classroom. In French, we say the room of class as classroom, la salle de classe. Now, definitely in a classroom, there is a teacher. So we say teacher in French simply as la professeur, teacher as la professeur, and you say students or pupils in French simply as les élèves. Les élèves, there is accent over the E, so we have to make the sound of A. After the S, the next word is starting with the vowel, so we have to make the sound of Z. So that's why the students in French will be pronounced as les élèves. Les élèves for the students, and we say board in French simply as le tableau. We say board in French as tableau. Now, you say blackboard as tableau noir and whiteboard simply as tableau blanc. Blackboard, tableau noir, whiteboard as tableau blanc. And please remember that in French language, one word has several meanings. So you can use this word to say board as well as painting sometime. So according to the context, we have to find out which meaning is suitable. So board simply as le tableau. Le tableau, O sound is coming because EAU are there in the end. Le tableau, and we will say books simply as les livres. You will say books as les livres and school bag as le cartable. School bag will be simply pronounced as le cartable. I am putting a star on cartable because it is an exception ending with E, but the gender is masculine. Okay, so it's le cartable, and you will say window in French simply as la fenêtre. La fenêtre stands for the window. La fenêtre. And we will say map on the right hand side of the wall. You can see there is a world map. We say map in French simply as la carte. The sound will come. La carte for the map. Now, how do we say wall clock? In the center, you can see above the board there is one wall clock. So you know the rule very well that H is considered as a silent vowel. So we have to start the pronunciation from the next alphabet, next letter. So you will say wall clock in French simply as l'horloge. Wall clock will be pronounced as l'horloge, and you will say bench simply as le banc. C in the end is for decoration. You don't have to make any sound of C, and you know the rules very well that AN, EN, and ON always gives the sound of on. So you will say bench simply as le banc. I repeat all these words once again. Listen to me carefully. La salle de classe for the classroom. La professeur for the teacher. Les élèves. Les élèves for the students, le tableau for the board as well as painting, les livres for the books, le cartable for the school bag, la fenêtre stands for the window, la carte for the map, and we will say bench in French simply as le bon. Le bon. Now, okay, let's understand what things do we keep in our school bag. So we say school bag, yes, le cartable. School bag will be pronounced as le cartable, and in school bag there are books. So we say books as les livres. We have notebook. We say notebook as le cahier. Please remember there is no sound of H, and as per the rules, ER will give the sound of A. Le cahier for the notebook. Le cahier for the notebook, and we say geometry box simply as la trousse. So sound will come. La trousse for the geometry box or pencil box. And for a language student, it's very important to keep a dictionary with him or her. So you will say dictionary in French simply as le dictionnaire. Le dictionnaire for the dictionary. Le dictionnaire. And we will say water bottle as la bouteille d'eau. La bouteille d'eau. When we were understanding the months of the year, we have seen one important French pronunciation rule that whenever the two L are between I and E, we change the sound of 2L to Y. So you will say water bottle in French as la bouteille d'eau. Bouteille means bottle, and you say water in French simply as eau. La bouteille d'eau means the water bottle. La bouteille d'eau, the bottle of water in English, the water bottle. La bouteille d'eau. And yes, lunch, it's most important. We will say lunch simply as la gamelle. La gamelle. So here you don't have to change the sound of 2L to Y because they are not between I and E. And the rule simply stands for specifically I and E. Okay, not for vowels, just for I and E. So lunchbox will be pronounced as la gamelle. I repeat these words once again. Listen to me carefully. Le cartable for the school bag. Les livres for the books. Le cahier notebook. La trousse pencil box. Le dictionnaire for the dictionary. La bouteille d'eau for the water bottle. La gamelle stands for lunchbox. Now, let us understand what things are there in our geometry box. So, we keep pen, pencil, scale, sharpener. So, let's understand the French vocabulary for these words. We say pen simply as le stylo. You will say pen as le stylo. You will say eraser as la gomme. La gomme for eraser, and pencil simply as le crayon. Le crayon for the pencil. Don't pronounce it like English. It is not crayon in French. Crayon in English, in French, we have to make the sound of O because ON is there. So, le crayon for the pencil, and you will say sharpener as le taille crayon. Now again, the two L are between I and E, so you will pronounce it as le taille crayon. The sound of two L will change to Y. Le taille crayon for the sharpener, and we will say ruler or scale in French simply as la règle. La règle for the ruler. We will say marker or highlighter simply as le feutre. Le feutre for the highlighter, and scissor will be pronounced as le ciseau. Le ciseau. That's right. The S is between two vowels, so we have to change the sound of S to Z. EAU will give the sound of O. So, scissor in French will be pronounced as le ciseau. Le ciseau. And you will say compass in French simply as le compas. Compass simply as le compas. The S in the end is again for decoration. I repeat these words once again. Listen to me carefully. La trousse, geometry box. Le stylo, the pen. La gomme, eraser. Le crayon, for the pencil. Le taille crayon, the sharpener. La règle, for the ruler. Le feutre, for the highlighter. Le ciseau for the scissor. Le compas for the compass. All right. And for your practice, here are some sentences that you can make and let us know the answers in the comments. So that would be all for this session. Au revoir, enchanté et à bientôt.